Good evening, sci-fi movie nerds, and welcome to another episode of the Sci-Fi Movie Guy. This is weekly show number 20, and my name is Mike. So before we get started with Star Wars news, I just want to let all my new viewers know that the first segment will be Star Wars news, and then the second segment will be sci-fi news. And right at the top of the sci-fi news, we're going to be talking about the Edmonton Comic and Entertainment Expo that I was lucky enough to go to on Saturday. And I met some great people, did some interviews with some of the cosplay people, some of the vendors. So I've got some video clips I'm going to put in there. But like I said, as we always do, we start out with Star Wars news. So our first story today is Star Wars Rebels Season 3 has begun with the first episode airing yesterday on Disney XD entitled Steps into Shadow. The Season 3 trailer hinted that Ezra would be dabbling with the dark side of the Force, Kanan would be struggling with his newfound blindness, and the introduction of a new villain in Grand Admiral Thrawn. Executive producers Dave Filoni and Simon Kinberg have said we will be getting 22 episodes for Season 3. And I loved this episode last night. And if you want, you can go on my channel, and I did a review, so it's a spoilers-heavy review. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, I suggest you don't watch that until after you watch the episode. But just going to give you a couple things that I really did like about this. I like that we're seeing a very slow progression with him to the dark side. We're not seeing it rushed like we did with Anakin in the first prequel trilogy. So I really hope they take their time with this, let the story unfold organically, and don't rush it through, because I really didn't buy that 1 minute Anakin was fighting for the Republic, and then the next minute he was off killing younglings. It didn't make sense to me. So let's hope they don't make the same mistake with Ezra that they did in the prequels. But definitely go check it out, and you can check out my review if you want to hear my thoughts on Star Wars Rebels Season 3, Episode 1. So our next story is Bob Iger, the head of Disney Studios, and therefore the man who holds the fate of Star Wars in his hands, has warned his shareholders that Rogue One, a Star Wars story, will not beat The Force Awakens' worldwide box office take of $2.1 billion. He went on to say that he and Kathleen Kennedy have all the movies planned out until 2020 and are starting concepts for the 2021 movie right now. Rogue One hits theaters on December 16th, 2016. And you know what I have to say to this? No kidding. There's no way Rogue One's going to do The Force Awakens money. Now, it'll probably get close to $1 billion, I'm thinking, but we hadn't had a Star Wars movie in a long, long time. And they did a great job of building up The Force Awakens. And I mean, we had 3 years notice. I never thought I was going to get another Star Wars movie in my life, and I thought we were going to be stuck with the prequels as the last new movies that I ever saw from Star Wars. So when Disney bought it, I was absolutely excited. Then I heard they were doing these, they were calling them anthologies for a while. Now they're Star Wars stories. And I thought, that's an interesting thing. You know, it's different from the trilogy, so let's see what it's about. Then when I heard what Rogue One was about, I got super excited. And I am more anticipating Rogue One than I was The Force Awakens. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there that still don't know what Rogue One is. They're saying, oh, is that the continuation of the Rey story? And I think people are going to be a little confused if they're not super Star Wars fans like myself. So Rogue One will not do The Force Awakens numbers. Thanks for being Captain Obvious there, Bob Iger. And let's get on to our next story. So not too long ago, it was indirectly confirmed that Lucasfilm were already putting together a new animated series into active development. And as such, their next show would need a supervisor. It seems as though Dave Filoni has taken up that job at the expense of stepping back a bit with his role on Star Wars Rebels. But he selected someone else to take up his old position, fellow Avatar, The Last Airbender alumni Justin Ridge. Star Wars Underworld said, it seems that there has been a shakeup behind the scenes at Lucasfilm Animation. Big Shiny Robot is reporting that As of the season 3 premiere of Star Wars Rebels, Dave Filoni is no longer the supervising director of the series. That's not to say he's no longer working on the series. He remains an executive producer and has been actively involved in the promotion of the new season. Filoni has held the title of supervising director on 2 Star Wars animated series now. He served in that role from 2008 to 2013 on Star Wars The Clone Wars before taking on the role again, as well as the title of executive producer on Star Wars Rebels in 2014. We should note that this shakeup with the Rebels development series does not mean that Filoni has been fired from Rebels in any way. He's just moving up on the echelon of the Lucasfilm ladder to oversee all animated projects, Rebels included. His work will now be based around the big picture as opposed to the day-to-day work that Ridge will now handle. An official statement from Lucasfilm representative about Filoni's involvement is as follows. Dave is still just as involved as ever, overseeing all aspects of Star Wars Rebel production as executive producer and occasionally directing episodes. In many ways, mentoring Justin and moving him into the role as supervising director has made it possible for Dave to be even more immersed in the writing and story structure of the show, as well as creatively overseeing future animation development. And this is really great because now Dave Filoni will still watch all of the animated shows and he'll still be overseeing them, but he's going to hire in some new writers, some new ideas are going to come through, and I can't wait to see more animated Star Wars. I love Star Wars Rebels. I liked the Clone Wars. I didn't love it, but I think that was because Lucas was at the helm and he would still put in his 2 cents. Whereas now Filoni is in charge of it all. And Dave Filoni gets Star Wars. He gets canon. He understands how to tie in things from the movies, from the Clone Wars. And it's just ever present that he understands how to tell a Star Wars story. So I couldn't be happier that he's gotten a promotion. He's going to be handling all the animated series now. And we are going to probably get... As soon as Star Wars Rebels finishes, we'll get another one. It's going to be in concept because I think Rebels is only supposed to have 4 or maybe 5 seasons at the most, because they're going to end it when it reaches the beginning of Rogue One, the movie. So the first season of Star Wars Rebels, they said, was 5 years before Rogue One, so that would make season 2 4 years. So this season 3 will be 3 years. So yeah, they've only got a couple seasons left after season 3, so probably till season 5. And then we'll get another Star Wars, maybe something in the lines of after Return of the Jedi. Who knows? But I think it'd be great to see what happens after Return of the Jedi with Luke Skywalker and how that all played out up to The Force Awakens. So we'll have to wait and see, but Dave Filoni is not gone from Star Wars. It was not anything bad on him. He's getting a promotion. So our last story in Star Wars news today is Felicity Jones has revealed that her character Jyn Erso had to undergo daily martial arts lessons for her scenes in the upcoming Star Wars spin-off film Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Jones stars as the co-leader of a rebel group that takes on the Galactic Empire, who's in the process of creating the ultimate power in the universe. In a recent interview with Total Film, Jones was asked about the physical requirements that were required for her role as Sergeant Jyn Erso. The actress said that she has never tackled such a physically demanding role in her young career. I've never done this level of physical preparation before for something, particularly Rogue One, where I was training every day and doing kung fu rehearsals on a daily basis. She explains in an interview with the new issues of Total Film magazine, but that's part of the reason I wanted to do it, because it was very different from what I had done before. The actress also spoke a few words about Rogue One director Gareth Edwards' film, making style that seems to bring a whole different feel to the Star Wars universe. Gareth often holds the camera himself, and he will watch the scene and change camera positions depending on what we're doing as actors, she says. We would often shoot a 360-degree set. There would be supporting artists everywhere moving around. You wouldn't know where the people were going to be. It was very much trying to find a documentary style within the framework of Star Wars. Felicity Jones may have put a lot of time into preparing for this role, but if I was a betting man, I would say her character is not getting out of Rogue One alive. So, as I said, I love the fact that she's putting a lot of time into this, but I don't think that Jyn Erso is making it out of Rogue One alive. So, as far as an actress, that is commitment. But you know what? Rey and Finn and Poe Dameron, they all had 3 movies for sure, possibly more. So the work and the effort those actors put in, they know is going to pay off in the future. Whereas Jyn Erso will be typecast, or sorry, Felicity Jones is now in the Star Wars universe once, and I don't think they can use the same actress again unless they want to put her in a Boba Fett helmet or a stormtrooper. So, you know, to hear that she had this level of commitment when she's only getting 1 movie is awesome, because that just makes me even more excited for this movie. But it's kind of a sad break because I really like her as an actress, and I would have liked to have seen her in more Star Wars stuff. So that is it for Star Wars news. Now we're going to get into sci-fi news, and as I had said, I was lucky enough to go yesterday to the Edmonton Comic and Entertainment Expo. It was held in Edmonton at the Expo Center, and I was really lucky enough to meet a whole bunch of people, walk around, buy a few things, and I did some interviews with some of the cosplay people, some of the exhibitors. So I'm going to show that to you now, and then afterwards I'll just tell you my thoughts on the expo. So here we go. Hi, this is Mike, the Sci-Fi movie guy, and I'm at the Edmonton Comic and Toy Expo. Just going to be doing some interview with some cosplay people today, a couple of vendors, so I thought you guys might find this interesting. Check it out right now. Hi guys, how are you today?
Good, how are you?
Good, what are your names?
Travis.
Charlie.
And what's your favorite thing about the Edmonton Comic and Expo?
I have way too many things I like about it.
I love the cosplay, taking pictures with all the people, and people wanting to take
Different
pictures
costumes,
of you.
yeah.
That's
I enjoy people coming up and saying, "Oh, I like your costume. Can I get a photo?"
And is there anyone you want to send a shout out to?
Our friend Shelly, because she's not with us.
yeah. Friend
She's
Shelley.
off with her other friends.
All right, So hi, welcome to the Edmonton Comic and Toy Expo. What's your name?
Christine.
Christine, what's your favorite thing about the expo here today?
I like seeing all the costumes and all the diversity and just recognizing people from different shows and kind of waving to them.
And would you like to send a shout out to anyone?
I like to shout out to my parents in Calgary, Alberta.
Thank you so much for being on the show. Hi everybody, I'm here with Nikki at Dark Knits Boutique, and she's going to tell you a little bit about what she does.
Hi, I'm Nikki from Dark Knits. I'm a seamstress, prop maker, shoemaker, hat maker, you name it, I can make it. I've been doing this for 11 years and I learned from my grandma. It's a company that runs in the family.
Nikki, where can people find you?
I have a website. It's darkknits.ca. They can also find me on Etsy at Dark Knits Boutique, on Facebook, Dark Knits Boutique. Just search Dark Knits Boutique and you'll find me.
And what's your favorite thing about the Edmonton Comic Expo?
I love seeing so many unique cosplays. It's really nice.
Well, thanks very much for doing the interview today. Hi ladies, how are you today?
Good, you?
Good. Wondering what you're dressed as today.
I'm doing a Claudia Price from Life is Strange. It's a video game.
And I'm a Playboy Bunny version of Rico Matoy from Kill Kill.
So what's your favorite thing about the Comic Expo here in Edmonton?
Well, first of all, the people are really nice, and like there's a lot of cosplayers, and it's nice to see the hard work that they put into their costumes and everything. And like the guests and the panels and everything, it's just a really nice atmosphere to be around.
And you?
What she said. Just all the people are from different fandoms and everything, but when you like put on a big convention, everybody gets together and we all get along, and I love that. It's great.
Anybody you want to send a shout out to?
All my friends, all the working staff here, everything, putting this together, it's really nice.
Thanks again, ladies. Hi guys, welcome to the Edmonton Comic Expo. Who are you dressed as today?
I'm dressed as Lusk from Full Metal Alchemist.
And I'm Edward Eller from Full Metal Alchemist.
And if you want, you can say your names and a shout out to anyone.
I'll go by Nintasari.
Okay.
Shout out to me because I'm awesome and I made our costumes.
And what's your favorite thing about the expo here?
Probably the artists, and definitely love finding the art, and I love seeing my favorite voice actors.
I also really enjoy all the artwork.
Thanks for being interviewed today, guys. Hi ladies, how are you today?
Good.
What are you dressed as for the Edmonton Expo show?
I'm dressed as the TARDIS from Doctor Who. I'm the Cheshire Cat. And I'm the White Rabbit.
And what brought you here today?
Pretty much the atmosphere and the nerdiest.
the convention.
I'd have to agree with everybody, yes.
So what's your favorite thing that you've seen here at the Expo so far?
Definitely the amount of people and all the different artists that are doing their own like style of drawings, different characters.
I like how many people dressed up.
Yeah, I'd say the cosplays and how detailed some are.
Anybody you guys want to send a shout out to?
My mom. The person I'd shout out to. Hi, Data and Carter, if you're watching this.
All right, thanks. Hi, and welcome to the Edmonton Toy and Comic Expo show. What's your name?
My name is Kid Remington. How are you doing today?
Really good, thanks. Wondering what your favorite thing about the show is here in Edmonton.
Boy, that's really hard to narrow just one thing down. Like going to a lot of conventions, could be the artists, the vendors, it could be anything, right? You meet so many awesome people, the costumers. But if I could only choose one, if I was on a desert island, it would be the lemonades. That would be my favorite thing, actually.
Awesome. Anyone you want to send a shout out to?
Absolutely. I would like to say hi to my friend Bert Celestino, my regular photographer, producer, who couldn't be here this weekend, and let me fly solo and try things out. It's nice to scrape the barnacles off the ship every now and then. Hi, Bert. Hope you're doing well.
Where can people find you? Do you have a Twitter handle?
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all the good things as Kid Remington, or my show, Crowbar Radio. 120,000 listens. Somebody has to like it somewhere.
Thanks a lot for being interviewed today. So there you have it. I really liked all those costumes. I liked those people. As I said, if I was to die and go to heaven, I think it would be at a Comic-Con like this one or like the San Diego Comic-Con, and just hang out at one of these every day for the rest of my life, because there's so much cool stuff happening, so many great people. They said they were expecting over 50,000 people to attend on the weekend. And all of these people come in there and they're very generous with their time. I want to thank all of the people that let me interview them. It was just a great time had by all, and some of the costumes were absolutely phenomenal. I did hear a few people complaining at the Expo, and I just want to tell people, when you go to these types of things, you have to expect lineups. You have to expect parking's going to be a little hard. And to complain about it to the organizers who have no control over that is not really fair. And I saw on Twitter there was people complaining to them about the parking and the lineups. But you know what? When you put 50,000 people through a building in 3 days, you have to go and expect some of that. So while you're in a lineup, talk to somebody, meet somebody new. But don't complain to the organizers, because they're putting on a show and you have no idea how many hours those guys are putting in. They're probably there, even though the show doesn't open until 10 a.m., they're probably there at 5 a.m. getting everything ready again to open. And they don't go home till midnight every night, because they're doing cleanup, wrap up, making sure that all the entertainment that comes in, like Stephen Amell was there, John Delancey was there. All these people have to be brought in on planes, picked up at the airport, put in hotels. And you know, you guys are complaining about parking? Leave a little bit earlier. Get up a little bit earlier. So kudos to the Edmonton Comic and Entertainment Expo organizers. You guys did a fantastic job. Also, a shout out to Northlands Expo Center. They did a great job on this. And all in all, I had a great time. I can't wait till next year. So let's get into our second story in sci-fi news. Sony Pictures has unveiled the first trailer for their sci-fi drama Passengers. The film stars Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt and takes place on a luxury spaceship bound for a human colony that's 120 years away, when two of the passengers are mysteriously awakened 90 years too early. They strike up a relationship and quickly become the ship's only hope of recovering from a serious malfunction. The film opens in theaters on December 21st, 2016. And I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. This movie looks like a space love story. It doesn't look like a science fiction movie. I like both these actors very much. Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt are amazing actors. I hope the next trailer gives me more hope, because I really don't want to see them having dinner together and, you know, doing day-to-day things like laundry and stuff. I want to see the space problems. I want to see the ship having a problem in the scientific way that they're going to, you know, fix it. So I hope there's more of that, rather than more of the love story and getting to know each other stuff. You do need a tiny bit of that in a movie, and I'm okay with some of it, but I don't want this to be a 50-50 split, because I think I would be pretty bored if it was. Just my opinion. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of the trailer for Passengers, and love to hear your opinion. So our next story is Margot Robbie, who played the beautiful and dangerous Harley Quinn in DC's Suicide Squad, will now be trying out her comedy chops when she hosts the season premiere of Saturday Night Live. Robbie has not been known for her comedic personality, but if the wit and tenacity that she brought to the role of Harley Quinn comes out, I don't see it being a great leap for her to host SNL. Now, Robbie had some great one-liners in the movie, and she had some great acting chops, but you have to remember that actors and actresses who are in movies have great scripts, great directors. They have people telling them how to say the lines and what to do, and it's an art form. Now, doing improv and sketch comedy is a very different thing with Saturday Night Live. So I don't think she's going to have a problem with it, but if she looks nervous or if she doesn't do as well as everybody thinks, don't take that away from her as being a great actress, because she is a great actress. It's a very different element, and not everybody can make the transition. So I'm very excited to see how she portrays it, and I'm sure we're going to get a Suicide Squad skit, and I'll bet you some of those people are going to be dressed up pretty funny costumes as Deadshot and Killer Croc. I'm sure the Killer Croc guy will just have a crocodile suit rather than the Killer Croc outfit. And I think they could do some really funny stuff with that. So I'm looking forward to SNL with Margot Robbie as the host. And our final story today is Variety reported that Time Warner CEO Jeff Fuchs told the shareholders that the first few DC Extended Universe movies could have been better. He went on to say that the changes they have made to personnel and the lessons they've learned from Batman v Superman will help them course correct from here on out. The upcoming movies coming out of DC are in 2017, Wonder Woman on June 2nd and Justice League on November 17th. In 2018, The Flash will be on March 16th, Aquaman on July 17th, and a yet untitled DC film scheduled for October 5th. So, for the CEO of Time Warner to say, we could have done better, that means that he was getting a ton of pressure from the shareholders to keep up with Marvel. Now, I don't know if you can consider just about $900 million for Batman v Superman, and Suicide Squad is on track to get to the same place. I don't consider that a failure. But yes, those movies had a little bit of problems with them. I enjoyed both of those movies very much. And I don't want to see the DC universe go as lighthearted as Marvel. I've always thought of the DC universe as being darker, and I keep hearing them say they're going to lighten the mood and they're going to add some more levity. And I don't know if I want that out of my DC. I just want better scripts. Get better writers to write these scripts. You can write a totally dark movie and get a great movie out of it. Just get better writers and better scripts. So that's all I'm going to say about DC, and that is the end of the show this week. So again, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. If you want to email me, you can email me, movieguySci-fi@gmail.com, or follow me on Twitter at @movieguySci-fi. That was weekly show number 20, and remember everybody, nerds rule the world.